So, good morning, students, and welcome to the physical chemistry lecture of paper number 5. Up till now, we have discussed and you have learned the two units. The first unit is electrolytic conductivity, and second unit is the physical properties of liquid. And for the yesterday's lecture, you have learn the surface chemistry, its introductory part, the distinguishing points between adsorption and absorption, what is the mechanism behind adsorption and absorption. Let us we summarize or revise these points once again. Here in this chapter, adsorption, you will learn what is the adsorption and its mechanism, demonstration of adsorption, definitions of some important basic terms, distinction between adsorption and absorption, characteristics of adsorption, factors affecting adsorption, then types, distinguishing between physical and chemical adsorption, adsorption isotherms. And for your study, there are two adsorption isotherms, Freundlich adsorption isotherm and Langmuir adsorption isotherm. Then the next point, it is physical adsorption isotherm, and the last point of this chapter, it is the applications of adsorption. Then, as already you know, the adsorption is a surface phenomenon, and accumulation of foreign material or another substance on the surface of the substance, it is the adsorption process. And there are interfaces like solid liquid interface, that means the adsorption of gas on solid surface takes place, adsorption of one liquid on another liquid takes place, or adsorption of solid on liquid takes place, and adsorption of liquid on gas or gas on liquid. These are the interfaces in between the surfaces the adsorption phenomenon takes place. Then, you know, adsorption is the adhesion or accumulation of atoms, ions, biomolecules, or molecules of gas, liquid, or dissolved solid to a surface. And absorption is a physical or chemical phenomenon or a process in which atoms, molecules, or ions enters into the bulk of the phases of either gas, liquid, or solid material. Here, absorption, it is the phenomenon in which one substance it gets penetrated into the another substance. For example, suppose we have water and sponge, and if we pour the water, it gets penetrated into the bulk of the sponge, and this phenomenon, it is the absorption. While adsorption, it is the accumulation on surface only, the penetration process, it does not occurs in the adsorption. Another example of absorption, if we have a chalk, that is calcium carbonate, it is made up of calcium carbonate and chalk sticks, and if we pour ink on it, then what happens? That ink, it gets absorbed into the bulk of the chalk. This is the phenomenon of absorption. Then in this example here, this is the activated charcoal, and the gas molecules, they get accumulated on the surface of charcoal molecule. These gas molecules, they do not enter into the bulk of the activated charcoal, and this process, it is called as adhesion. The accumulation or collection of gas molecules on the surface of charcoal. This phenomenon, it is the adsorption. Then this is the diagrammatically it is shown that the penetration of these particles into the bulk of the substance, this phenomenon is the absorption. Here again adsorbate, these are the adsorbate molecules, and they get collected, they get accumulated on the surface of adsorbent. And here these gas molecules, they get penetrated into the second phase. This phenomenon is the absorption. Then we see today's point, and that is the factors affecting adsorption. There are lot of factors, they affect the phenomenon of adsorption, and for your study there are only few factors. Here the first factor is nature of adsorbate and adsorbent. The second factor, it is the surface area of adsorbent. Third, pressure. Fourth, temperature. And fifth factor, it is the modifying adsorbent solid. Here in the first factor, nature of adsorbate and adsorbent, the amount of gas adsorbed on uh, on any adsorbent, it depends on nature of the adsorbent and adsorbate. And the easily liquefiable gases uh, have greater van der Waals forces of attraction, and hence they get easily adsorbed than the permanent gases like H2, O2 and N2, which do not liquefy easily. Remember, when in case of easily liquefiable gases, the forces of attraction, that means the van der Waals forces, are greater and they get adsorbed easily on the surface of adsorbent, while the uh, permanent gases like H2, O2, N2, they do not liquefy easily, and also they do not adsorb easily on the surface of adsorbent. Then a gas gets adsorbed on the uh, different amount on different adsorbents. For example, hydrogen gas gets strongly adsorbed on nickel surface than the alumina surface. That means the adsorption of H2 gas, it is selective. It selects nickel more than alumina. This is the first factor, how adsorbate and adsorbent's nature is important in the phenomenon of adsorption. Then the second factor, here it is surface area of adsorbent, and larger the surface area of adsorbent, greater is the adsorption. That means the rate of adsorption, it is proportional to surface area. Then the pressure. Here the adsorption increases with increase in pressure in case of adsorption of gas on solids, and in case of solutions the concentration plays important role. That means as concentration increases, the rate of adsorption also increases. Then fourth factor, it is the temperature, and remember that there is inverse proportion in between temperature and the rate of adsorption. That means decrease in temperature increases the rate of adsorption, and increase in temperature, it decreases the rate of adsorption. And the last factor here it is modifying adsorbent surface. Here the surface of solid can be modified by different ways to increase the adsorption. For example, more finely rough or finely divided and porous surface of adsorbents results in the increase of adsorption rate. That means greater adsorption occurs. Here, these are the few factors which affects the adsorption phenomenon. Then the next point here it is depending on the nature of forces acting between adsorbent and adsorption, there are two types of adsorptions, and these two types are physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. Here, adsorbate, it is the material being adsorbed. Suppose, for example, as already in the slide you have seen that the gas molecules they get adsorbed on the activated charcoal, and in this example the gas molecules they are the adsorbate, and the definition of adsorbent, that is the material doing the adsorbing phenomenon, and in this example the charcoal acts as a adsorbent. As already I have told you, depending on the nature of adsorbate and adsorbent, there are two types of adsorptions. The first type it is physical adsorption, and second type it is the chemical adsorption. And we see in detail what is the physical adsorption. Here the van der Waals attraction between adsorbate and adsorbent. Physical adsorption occurs due to the forces of attraction. That means the van der Waals attraction forces between adsorbate and adsorbent. The attraction is not fixed to a specific site, and the adsorbate is relatively free to move on the surface. This is relatively weak, reversible adsorption capable of multiplier adsorption. That means the physical adsorption is not specific, it is reversible. There are relatively weak forces in between adsorbate and adsorbent, and multi-layer adsorption takes place. While in the second type, that means the chemical adsorption, some degree of chemical bonding between adsorbate and adsorbent takes place, and it is characterized by the strong attractive forces between adsorbate and adsorbent. Adsorbed molecules are not free to move on the surface. There is high degree of specificity, as already I have told you. The adsorption of H2 gas, it prefers the nickel surface and not the alumina surface. That is the chemical adsorption. A high degree of specificity in between hydrogen and nickel and not with the alumina. And typically a monomolecular layer is formed. The process is irreversible. The process is irreversible. Then the desorption equilibria means if the adsorbent and adsorbate are contacted long enough, an equilibrium will be established between the amount of adsorbate and adsorbed molecules in the solution, and the equilibrium relationship is described with the isotherms. Then here, causes of adsorption. The first cause, it is dislike of water phase, that is hydrophobicity. Attraction to the sorbent surface, that means adsorbent surface. And for this purpose, there are these three physical and chemical forces which causes the adsorption. The first force, it is the van der Waals forces in between adsorbate and adsorbent, and that adsorption we call as physical adsorption or physisorption. When electrostatic forces occurs in between the adsorbate and adsorbent, that means the surface charge interaction takes place, and this is also one cause behind the phenomenon of adsorption. And the chemical forces, for example, pi and hydrogen bonding. These are the causes behind adsorption. Here, hydrophobicity, attraction to sorbent surface, then van der Waals forces, electrostatic forces, and chemical forces. They causes the adsorption phenomenon. As already I have told you the types of adsorption. Depending on the nature of attractive forces existing between the adsorbate and adsorbent, there are two types of adsorption, physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. And we differentiate or distinguish between the physisorption, that means physical adsorption, and chemisorption, that is chemical adsorption. Here the first point, the forces of attraction are van der Waals forces, and in case of chemisorption the forces of attraction are chemical forces or chemical bond forces. Then here the low enthalpy of adsorption, and it is in between 20 to 40 kilojoule per mole. And here the high energy of adsorption, high enthalpy of adsorption, and it is in between 200 to 400 kilojoule per mole. Here the enthalpy of adsorption means while adsorption phenomenon occurs, at that time the heat is evolved, that is the enthalpy of adsorption. And the next point, that is the process is observed under conditions of low temperature. Here physisorption or physical adsorption is observed under the conditions of low temperature, while in the chemisorption this process takes place at high temperature. Then physisorption, it is not specific, and chemisorption, it is highly specific. Then in the physisorption, multi-molecular layers may be formed. That means multi-molecular adsorption occurs, and in case of chemisorption, generally monomolecular layer is formed. Then the physisorption is a reversible process, and remember that chemisorption, it is irreversible process. Then the next point, here physisorption is a general phenomenon and occurs in any solid, fluids or solid gas systems, and chemisorption is characterized by chemical specificity. Then the next point, in physisorption, perturbation of electronic states of adsorbent and adsorbate is minimal, and here for chemisorption the changes in the electronic states may be detectable by suitable physical means. Then typical Binding energy of physisorption, it is about 10 to 100 mega electron volt, and in chemisorption usually forms the bonding with energy, it is in the order of 1 to 10 electron volts. Then the elementary step in chemisorption from a gas phase does not involve an activation energy, while in chemisorption often involves an activation energy. Then for physisorption, under appropriate conditions, gas phase molecules can form multi-layer adsorption, and in case of chemisorption, molecules are adsorbed on the surface by valence bonds only. They form a monomolecular layer. And then our next point, it is the adsorption isotherms. And the last point of this chapter, it is the applications of adsorption. We see later on. Thank you.